I'm going to do a one card oracle card reading today from a new deck that I have that I've just received. So I thought I'd test it out on you, my audience. The deck is Archangel Animal Cards, and it's one of Diana Cooper's decks. And I'm kind of new to liking Diana Cooper. I tried her in the past quite a while ago. With some of her original decks, which were mostly text-based and not with images, and I didn't really get on with them because you can't read the text intuitively, and so I found that that all I could get from each card was like what she'd written on the card, but there was nothing that I could like bring through myself to add to the reading, and so for me it wasn't a very satisfactory way of trying to get information, answers, healing, etc. But then I discovered her Dragon Oracle deck maybe 8 months back, and I only started playing with it properly recently, and I really enjoy it. I love the images and I love the kind of energy of the deck. So I thought I would give this deck a try as well because I love animals, and so it really resonated with me. So this is like the test run of this deck. I haven't actually used it before at all. I haven't even really looked through the cards at all. I've just kind of like shuffled them and done the usual meet and greet with the deck that I like to do when I get a new deck, as a kind of like just a way of respecting the deck and honouring the deck and welcoming it into my life and my collection. So the question that we're going to ask today is, how can I calm my digestive fire? And by this I mean that whether we're talking about stomach problems, and that's where your digestive fire is, or if it's basically like you feel like you have an overload of like anger or hot emotions in your body, those tend to end up like in the stomach region or the liver, the gallbladder, and so that kind of like creates this fiery sensation in the middle part of the body. And so I want to ask these cards for insight about how we can calm this digestive fire, because the digestive fire isn't healthy for us. It's okay to have inner fire that we use in a constructive, positive way, but this fire doesn't burn hot within us and burn us. Like sometimes we can feel heat patches on our body, like especially if people who experience back problems, you might feel fire, like a fiery heat in certain parts of your back. It's a burning pain. Other times you have pain and it's a cold pain, and it's like there's no circulation in that area and it feels frozen and stiff. So pain and feelings in the body have different temperatures, and so do emotions. And so the digestive fire is usually, it's like kind of the aggressive emotions, the anger, hate, frustration. So these are things that we would like to release or calm, and we're going to use these cards to get some insight on that. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck. One card came out. So this card says, sorry, I'm laughing because the message is it's kind of beautifully, simply obvious. So the animal that we get is the dove. And I'm just going to show you the picture here first, so you can have a look at the image of the picture. Beautiful images on this deck. This is like, the colours on this card are so peaceful, really calming. So in answer to the question, how can I calm? Well, this card is bringing calming to us instantly with these beautiful doves. It's almost like they're fanning this like rose gold and lemon pink energy like towards us with their wings, which is really lovely. It's like, yeah, they're kind of like they're flying within, it's almost like the color of the light is when the sun sets, If you catch a beautiful sunset, especially if you live in a Mediterranean country, and in the summer, the sunsets can be like amazing. Like you really do feel like you're in a biblical scene or a Turner painting or something. They take your breath away. Like they're like nothing you've ever experienced before. So if you live in the country and you have access to a wide open space and it's summer and you watch the sunset, no matter what country you're in, it's going to be amazing, and the light's going to be beautiful. And then certain countries, they just have really powerful solid light, and like where I live and work from, which is Mallorca, which is part of Spain, it's one of the Balearic Islands. The light here is always amazing. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to live here. It's that they have the most beautiful light. It's like nothing that I had ever experienced before. The colours were so vibrant all of the time, all of the year through. Colours just kind of like burst, and once you've experienced it, you kind of, well, I did anyway. I thought I couldn't live anywhere else. Everywhere else looks washed out and pale in comparison. And sunsets, especially in the summer, they're just surreal. They're so beautiful that they just stop you in your tracks. And the colour of the sun as it's setting, and the rays of light that shoot through the clouds, if you catch it on the right day, are this colour. It's like that, like kind of like pink touched with yellow, so it's like an orangey pink, and it's really soft and soothing. And if this colour was like a drink, if this was a juice or a smoothie and you drank it down, or a latte even, you can imagine that it would be really soothing and really healing to the body, and really comforting too. It's a real snuggly, comforty colour. And these doves, doves are soft and gentle. Doves are also messengers. They bring messages, like in the Bible with the dove that came to Noah on the ark. And they're bringers of peace, and harmony also. Like we have love, like we have the doves at you can have doves at weddings, and they're kind of like, they're symbolic of a happy union and purity, and spirit coming in and blessing the whole situation. So this is like a really great card in that respect. The message on the actual card says, spread messages of peace and harmony. And it's Archangel Bokpi. I've never heard of Archangel Bokpi before. Archangel Bokpi is the archangel connected to this card, and the animal archangel, I guess, so the archangel dove. But I just like the message that this card says to me. Before I open the book, I'm going to open the book and I'm going to read what Diana Cooper says as well, because with her cards, what she writes in her textbooks is really, really relevant, and often quite different from what you intuitively pick up from the card. And the textbook is kind of like a vital component with reading the decks. I feel personally, you can read the decks without the book, but I think it adds more to it. So yeah, how can I calm my digestive fire? Well, I would say every time you open your mouth, with everything you say, are you spreading a message of peace and harmony? Are you adding love and light to the situation? Or are you bringing something aggressive or critical or angry or negative? And I think that if we can concentrate on the quality of our words and what we say and the energy that we're putting into a room, then what we receive back from other people will also be of a different quality. And even if it isn't, if we are consistently putting out the right energy into the room from ourselves, then our perception of the scene around us will be very different. We'll feel more calmer. We can be more detached from what's happening and not be so emotionally engaged, so we won't feel the need to react. If we're calm, if we're grounded, if we're peaceful within ourselves, we can stand in the middle of someone else's raging storm and it won't affect us. Even if they're shouting at us, we won't be receiving it. And I think that's the vital message here in this card is, in order to calm the fire within you, within your digestive system, it is a matter of putting out peace and harmony and trying to embrace the energy of the dove. And imagine little doves like flying within your stomach and your digestive system, just fanning the flames, fanning the fire, cooling it down. And picture it just cooling, cooling, cooling. So instead of bright red and powerful and hot, it becomes this cooler light. Yeah, this like calming light of like the sunset, which is like when the day cools, when the heat goes out of the sun. And if you can imagine that happening inside of you, and then you just bring it closer and closer and closer and closer to white, to pale, to the night's energy, to the moon's energy, then I think you'll feel a lot more comfortable inside. And I think that raging heat will dissipate, and then that, you know, over a period of days, you'll start to notice things have cooled down a lot within you. In the textbook, if we go to the dove, it's quite a lot of deeds. Okay, we go to the dove. It says, the angels of peace work through doves, and the pure white ones have become a worldwide symbol of peace. Their sole work is to approach humans and animals and bring them messages of love, peace, and harmony. They communicate this through their energy fields. Angels of peace also work with pigeons, partridges, plovers, grouse, pheasants, and ducks, who try to approach people and animals so that they can impart their loving light. These birds also spread peace through flowers, trees, and the land itself. The service work of doves is to peck the ground to prepare it for new seeds to grow. The cooing of doves may sound monotonous to human ears, but it contains keys and codes of peace and harmony to soothe our consciousness and open us up to elevated thoughts and possibilities. That's actually quite true, that like the cooing of doves is actually really peaceful and gentle. And quite soothing, and I can imagine like you could actually probably meditate to it or fall asleep to it quite easily. I'm just hearing that in my head now, that repetition of the cooing, and it's bringing warmth to my heart, just going back to a memory of hearing doves. So yeah, just think on that, and maybe try and bring that sound into your body as well. Guidance. Your guidance is to take deep breaths and center yourself on the out breath until you feel calm and tranquil. Fill the cells of your body with pure peace. Hold out your hand and imagine a gentle white dove landing on it. Listen to its soft coo and allow it to open you up to a serene and loving way of being. Let your energy fields glow with peace and harmony. Think of people and situations in your life that would benefit from your light, and visualize them being bathed in it. Plant new seeds of kindness, love, cooperation, or whatever is most needed for the highest good. Notice what changes occur. When your energy fields contain the keys and codes of peace and harmony, you become a catalyst for transformation wherever you go. So, I guess what we can say is, in terms of thinking about what you say and the message of peace and harmony that you spread to your environment, to the people around you, to the world, it's like, think of each word or each kind of like breath that contains a load of words which then has an energy attached to it. Think of that as a seed. So each sentence is a seed, or each paragraph is a seed, or each conversation is a seed, but think of it all as seeds that you are spreading, that you are planting in the world, that will then grow. So the more love, the more light that you spread, that you plant, then the more of that is going to grow in your life and come back to you. Whereas if you're spreading and you're planting seeds of anger, seeds of frustration, seeds of rage, seeds of hate, seeds of judgment, seeds of criticism, then that's what's going to come back at you too when those trees grow. So think on that, and just think on the beautiful image and energy of this card, and try and meditate and do a guided visualization with yourself in this image somehow. So maybe you're up there you know, in the sky, in the light, with these two doves flying with them. Maybe you have your own wings. Maybe you're a dove. Maybe you are a different kind of bird. Maybe you are a dragon. Maybe you are a fairy. Maybe you're an angel. So picture yourself in this card in your visualization within the light that these doves are bathing in, and imagine them kind of like fanning you in that light with their wings. Or you could be sitting on the floor above a shaft of light, and the doves could be fanning the light and the energy of it down onto you, and you could be absorbing the rays through your crown and then through all of your chakra system. And that's just like two examples off the top of my head. Think of a way where you could meditate yourself into this image and embody that energy, and test it out for a week, you know, and see how it goes, see how it feels, and see how that works. See if your digestive fire does feel calmed and cooled and more comfortable. Okay, thank you for watching that video. Thank you for joining me in my first reading from this deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I'm looking forward to doing other readings from this deck and discovering the other cards, especially as when I was flicking through, I was like, oh, there's a dolphin in there. That excites me. And also there was a dog as well. So I'm looking forward to what else might be hiding in here that we could get excited about when it decides to come out and greet us, because obviously I can't shuffle the cards and ask for a dolphin to come out. I have to wait and see which card is relevant to the question that's asked. Which is why sometimes when I'm reading, you know, from the tarot, I don't see like certain cards for months. You know, I'll be doing loads of readings and certain cards just don't come out, and other cards come out repetitively. And I always find that really fascinating and really interesting, that there are different messages that are relevant at different times of the year, at different times in our lives, and also that we attract, like as a practitioner, you attract the clients who are energetically similar to you in many ways. So the cards that I pull for my clients when I'm reading for them are often quite similar to the cards that I pull for myself when I'm reading for myself, which is also very interesting. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a like. Please do subscribe to this channel if you're interested in watching more of my videos. I do regularly post here. And check me out on lemonrosepetals.com if you would like to find out more about me, or if you would like to book a private session with me. I do private face-to-face sessions over Skype and Zoom, and I also do video sessions where you basically send me an email with a question. We have a quick kind of like dialogue about what it is that you're looking to get help with or answers for, and then I will just make you a video and send you the video to watch at your leisure, and then you can re-watch it as many times as you want. So, you know, often people prefer that because then, you know, they get to keep it forever, as opposed to when face-to-face, it's like, yeah, okay, that's really lovely doing it face-to-face, and there are beautiful things to that interaction with working with someone face-to-face, but you don't get to record it and keep it. So, you know, it's up to you which you would prefer, or you could do both. Anyway, I will see you again here soon, and thank you for watching.